All right, so now let's go to something that is going to bring me all kinds of hate. So I got on my extra pair of drawers so that I can deal with the hate that I know is coming. But I stand firm with this. I've said it before. We've alluded to it in the past, and I decided to let everybody know on the Twitterverse how I felt about it. Um, but I made the statement, and I stand by it, that I would take prime Ray Allen over Kobe. And um, I mean, I'll let you react to that statement, and then I'll
I've already reacted. I mean, that's crazy. You got to justify that.
okay, all right.
You have the burden of proof when you say something ridiculous.
You know, and you know what? I'm glad you are embracing that concept, because that is something I have been saying to you for the last 25
Could you
years.
make your case? You going
That's
back to
no,
25
I
weeks?
just want you to
Please state
yeah,
your case.
I just wanted you. I've been trying to get you to understand that if you say something that somebody else thinks is crazy, you got to show them some proof. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. For me, I'm looking at Ray Allen as one. Obviously, is obviously a better shooter. I don't think that anybody in their right mind would make an argument that Kobe Bryant is a better shooter than Ray Allen. I think it's clear he's a better shooter. Um, if you talk about efficiency as a scorer, I think that Ray is a more efficient scorer. It's not even just that I think it. The numbers back it up. If you look at effective field goal percentage, which gauges the weight of twos and threes and free throw efficiency. I mean, well, not free throw efficiency, but it gauges the weight of twos and threes. Ray is superior, especially in his prime years, which is what I'm talking about. Now, mind you, this is not a debate about their career side by side. This is me talking about Ray Allen from 1999 to 2002, which is his prime. This is when he was at his athletic peak and and still an amazing shooter, right? Outside of the more efficient scoring, I also I'll argue, and now this isn't anything that you can prove. Actually, before we go to the intangible aspect, let's go with something else that you can still prove. Fewer turnovers. Kobe is clearly was a more stylish ball handler in his prime. But if you look at turnovers, bad passes, which there are stats for all of those things. If you know, you can look at on Basketball Reference and you look at that style of turnovers. You look at how those turnovers came about, where it's bad passes, missed dribbles, fewer turnovers for Ray Allen, and not even fewer turnovers in gross number, fewer turnovers per possession as well. That's another thing you got to look at. Also, the gap
All
on
right,
defense.
hold on, Captain Analytics. Before we go further, I just have a question
Well,
for you.
you said
Oh,
you
I have
wanted
a
me to
question.
say yes.
You will get ample time. You just, as you're laying out your case, if we can clarify some things for the audience playing at home. You said Ray Allen's prime was from 1999
To
to
2002.
2002.
I would say that's his prime.
Now, you're saying you would say that's his prime. Universally, the prime in basketball is considered between about age 24 to about age 32. You have a pretty big prime in basketball. Why are you cutting Ray Allen's prime so short?
Well, honestly, that's not statistically true. Statistically, if you look at people who have had their best seasons, generally that happens between 25 and 29. Right. And I know this because doing the Ultimate Legends project, where I look at all of the greatest players that ever play, and when you break down their seasons, when they had the best seasons from a statistical standpoint, when you look at things like win shares per, all of the things that gauge overall effectiveness, the high percentage of those years happen between 25 and 29. So
Yeah,
I,
but superstars tend to be superstars up until about 31, 32.
that's true.
And right, and so we're talking about superstar player and Kobe Bryant. I think most people would argue Ray Allen wasn't a superstar, but
Hmm.
you're making that argument now because you're saying he
It's
was better than Kobe.
but here
So why are you
but
cutting?
I didn't finish
But,
all my
but, but real quick, why are you stopping his prime at the age of 26, where according to what you just said is only 1 year after his prime is supposed to have started?
I said that's most players. I didn't say that's Ray Allen.
What happened to Ray Allen at the age of 26?
Nothing happened to Ray Allen, but we're getting off the point. But
No, this is the point though, because
no,
you're taking.
it's not.
No,
It's not. It's
hold
not
on,
because
hold
now
on. We
you're because I'm setting the parameters for the debate that I'm having. But now you're trying to argue with me about what my parameters are.
Yes, because you're bringing up nonsense parameters.
No.
If I say I'm gonna compare Kobe Bryant to Ray Allen
how about
on
this?
Wednesday,
How about this?
how do they play on Wednesdays?
No,
That's ridiculous. That's
no.
not real
20
basketball.
second
Why are
timeout.
you stopping the Ray
20
Allen comparison at 25 years old?
no. I will not.
That's
I
ridiculous.
will not listen to anything that
You
you
don't even
have.
have a case.
I will listen to anything you're trying to say because you're trying to grandstand, which takes away from the
I'm
concrete.
not
You
grandstanding.
are grandstanding. You are
You.
grandstanding.
I asked you
Yeah,
why are you ending Ray Allen's
yeah,
prime at the
yeah.
age of 25, 26,
It-
and you don't have a
because-
reason.
no, I told you why. Because if you look, it doesn't. You're talking about everybody. We're talking about
Even him. What?
two different guys. Okay, here's the thing. Look at the numbers, and you tell me when is Ray Allen's prime.
Well, so you're saying the year that he averaged 26 points?
Look at the numbers, because I know you're allergic to the numbers.
No, I'm not allergic to the numbers.
You are.
I
And
don't.
here's
Hold
the thing.
on,
Here's
real
the thing.
quick.
No. Here's the thing that I understand. Here's the thing I realize. The only people who don't like statistics are people who don't have command of them.
I mean, that sounds great on your Brian fortune
No,
cookie,
no,
but it's not real. Here's the thing.
no, it's not a
I think
fortune cookie.
numbers.
It's not a fortune cookie. It's
So
the real deal.
I think numbers are useful within context.
When you know what they are, but you don't usually know what they are, so that's why you don't use them.
Hold on. You giving
That's what
people
it is.
lessons in
That's
efficiency?
what it is.
We all
That's
have
what
the
it is.
internet, Brian. Like we all have the internet. But the
And you
thing
should
is,
click on the E.
I don't consider non-playoff performances as important as playoff performances, because one of the things, because a lot of this is regular season stuff. And the thing is, if you aren't playing in the playoffs against a matchup with a great coach who's
And
designing, hey, let me finish. You gonna cut me off? You gonna cut me off?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I never got
We
a chance
probably
to I never got a chance to finish the
here's the thing.
because
Here's the
you
thing in
decided
debate.
that it was over.
I don't agree with the premise is the thing in debates.
You didn't
And
even
you're
let me
saying,
finish the
hold
premise.
on, you're saying
You didn't
arbitrarily
let me finish
that
the premise.
Ray Allen's
You
prime
didn't let me
ended when
finish
he
the
was
premise.
25, 26 years
You
old.
didn't let
And
me
that's
finish the premise.
nonsense.
So I asked you, when was Ray Allen's prime?
Ray Allen's prime is up until, according to basic statistics, his personal prime is right up until he went to Boston. So everything up to his last year in Seattle, which lines up with exactly what I said, 31 years old. Listen, if he wasn't as efficient, that's just reason why he wouldn't be as good as Kobe Bryant. He just fell off if for a year or a season or what have you. Like, that doesn't mean it wasn't his prime. I don't know why he fell off from this season to that season in terms of efficiency. Maybe he had more responsibility. And if he got more responsibility and was less efficient, that's why he wasn't as efficient as Kobe. But please,
He didn't have more responsibility. And as I said, everybody's prime is different. But if you look at the numbers statistically, most people's prime starts around 25 and goes to 29. But there are situations where that's not the case. This is one of those situations. And here's why. Here's why. If you look at Ray Allen's efficiency numbers, and if you also look at the athlete that Ray Allen was, that's very important. That's an important part of this concept, is because Ray Allen was a peak level athlete went from these years that I'm telling you about. This is when we're talking about dunk contest Ray Allen, right? This is the time that we're talking about. We're not talking about Ray Allen. Even if you look at the numbers that you're talking about, right? If you go all the way down to 31 and 30 and all of that, look at him in the 2000-2001 season. 48% from the field, 50%, just under 51% from 43% from 3-point range, just under 89% from the free throw line. He averaged 22 a game, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. He didn't have another year where he shot that high from the field, that high from 3-point range, and also from the free throw line, as well as rebounding and assisting. Now, he had years that were similar, and he could tell he's still in the same ballpark. But that year, from the 99-2000 year to 2001-2002, is when he was operating, one, at the top of his physical condition, and then also producing from a statistical standpoint That is the reason why I say that that is his prime. And the premise of the argument, you want to argue about when is Ray Allen's prime. That's not even the point. That's not even the point. The point is the years that I'm pointing out. I'm saying if you give that Ray Allen to the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, and you replace him with Kobe, and you place Kobe with Ray Allen, my thought is they win championships just as well. And as I was saying before, you rudely interrupted me and said that you were going to allow me to finish, but then went on a loud rant that was designed to prevent me from finishing. Before I said that, before you did that, we have the gap on defense. The gap on defense is not as wide as most people would suggest. People are talking about Ray Allen on defense like he's Steph Curry or like he's James Harden in the worst years. That wasn't the defender that he was. As I said, you put him, the 99 to 2002 Ray Allen, on those first three Lakers championship teams, and he wins titles too. People have Kobe on the brain, and Kobe is was obviously a great player. Nobody in the world would ever sit up here and say that Kobe wasn't a great player. He was, but you don't know what you can sit up and say in a vacuum. Oh, well, Ray Allen didn't win as many championships. He didn't score as many points as Kobe. Da 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 da. Arguably, Ray Allen too was a better teammate than Kobe. Arguably, like I said, you can't prove that because that's a intangible thing. But arguably, Ray Allen was a better teammate as well. So for me personally, I would take prime Ray Allen. I would, without a problem. Without a problem. But I understand that that's not ever going to be a popular opinion, especially not in this era where we are injected with Kobe juice on a daily basis. That's never going to be. And you know what Kobe's greatest skill was? Kobe's greatest skill is his absolute confidence. Kobe has so much self-confidence that he's able to make everybody else forget his faults, forget his shortcomings, all of it. All of it. You forget the fact that he played in a way that was inefficient, that is in a way that was very you pretty much would tell most people not to play the way Kobe played. Not to take the shots that he takes, not to take those shots. But he took them. And because he was so supremely confident in doing so, he was able to pull people to the side. And also, he was great. I would never say or imply Kobe wasn't great.
Are you done? You just saying the same thing over and over now.
If I'm still talking, then that means I'm not done.
What you have a new point? You have a new point? You added information?
No. Maybe patience is a virtue. You know,
what's the piece of information? What you got?
Because I sit and listen to you rant about several things, and I didn't say a word.
What you got? Okay, you see, you haven't provided a real case. You said you think if you take this Ray Allen from 99
that's the case
to 2002. Now, when you say 2002, you mean 2002, 2003, or just 01, 02?
See, you shouldn't ask somebody if they got anything else if you wasn't listening when they said it.
I'm just clarifying for the audience. You went off for a while. We clarifying.
Maybe the audience was listening and you wasn't. Because what I said was 99 to 2000 to 2001, 2002. I said those seasons, and I even named some of the.
Wait a minute, you saying 3 seasons was his prime, and in that 3 seasons he averaged almost 22 points a game?
No, he averaged over 22 points a game for those 3 seasons.
How did he average over 22 points? The way I'm looking at the stats right here. It says 22.1, 22.0, and 21.8.
So I didn't add all 3 of them up. It looks like I'd have to look at the total numbers.
But math.
Okay, so 21. Oh, so if it's 21.9 or 22.
Yeah, that's what I said. Almost 22 points a game.
Well, either way, I think with that. I mean, I don't think that's really all that consequential either way. You know,
I just asked you a question.
Right, and I gave you.
You getting defensive. You getting defensive.
No, I gave you an answer
because you saying a guard who averaged 22 points a game in his overwhelmingly long 3-year prime is better than Kobe Bryant. I'm gonna just let the audience chew on that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. That's not what. See, listening is your issue. That's your problem.
So you're not saying that Ray Allen was better than Kobe Bryant?
No, I didn't say that. I said prime Ray Allen. See, because the way
This
you say
3-year
it,
period,
the
which
way
for you is this 3-year period, not his actual
it's
prime.
coming out. It keeps coming out. It keeps coming out. This is a problem. It keeps happening. What I said was prime Ray Allen, which by my definition is those 3 years. I would take prime Ray Allen over Kobe.
Now,
It,
when you say real quick, you say over Kobe, do you mean Kobe's best 3 years, like you're taking from what you consider Ray Allen's best 3 years? Or are you saying Kobe judged fairly like we normally judge players?
I'm saying Kobe at his best. The '06 Kobe at 80 points against the Raptors Kobe. I would take prime Ray Allen over that Kobe.
So you're saying 40, 45 or 46% from the field, Kobe Bryant, 31.1 points per game?
Yep. Well, actually, there was another season of Kobe's that I actually liked a little bit better. It's one of them. I think he shot 36% from three.
I'm
Um,
sorry, I'm looking at Pete per 36. Let me see where's the real joint.
there is which one was it? It's one I it's a year that which one is it? I think it's either 0506 or 0203.
That's the 0506 is 35 points per game.
Right.
0203 is 30 points per game. In 2001, he averaged 28.5 points per game, and the percentages, the field goal percentages there are 46. You're saying Ray Allen's more efficient, but
Yeah.
you're using advanced statistics, not just field goal percentage. The interesting thing about that is that Kobe, his responsibility was to break the defense in those years. Like he wasn't a role player. He wasn't a guy who had plays made for him.
Neither was Ray.
He was the primary. Actually, when he played with Sam Cassell, he did have a guy making plays for him. Sam Cassell was a great point guard who made plays for a lot of people, Ray Allen included.
Ray
And
Allen, Sam Cassell averaged how many assists?
it's not about him averaging. It's not just about averaging assists. Everybody knows that.
But
It's
he's making plays for him. How is he? How?
because because it's about penetration, control of the plays. The ball moves around, and you get a shot. That's one of the things why what Ray is good at, catching the ball and shooting, is inherently a complementary skill, right? Whereas what Kobe's good
But
at,
see, that's
which is taking
that
the ball and scoring against a guy, is
that's
inherently a primary skill.
that's oversimplifying Ray's offense. Ray was
No, I'm
not.
not saying that's all Ray
He's
did.
not a catch and shoot guy exclusively in his
I
prime, which
I
is
never
why
said
that.
exclusively. You making stuff up. You putting
No,
words in my mouth.
no,
I didn't
no, no,
say
no, no.
exclusively.
You said that his inherent skill is catching and shooting.
One of his inherent skills.
Oh, you didn't say one of. You said his inherent skill.
It is an inherent skill. I didn't say
Right.
his only inherent skill.
Okay. You said his inherent skill.
That is his inherent skill. In fact, I would say that is definitely his number one skill. That's the thing he's best at. That is
Mm,
the thing that throughout his entire career he held on to from his rookie year till his last day playing. That even to the celebrity all star, the thing he's best at is catching and shooting. Just because he's good at other things doesn't mean that that's not what he's best at.
no, I
Unless you count
wouldn't.
free throw shooting.
No, I wouldn't say that I wasn't saying that. What I'm saying is in Ray's prime, which is what we're talking about, Ray was just as deadly off the dribble as he was shooting from distance on catch and shoot. So that's why I'm saying you can't oversimplify Ray's offense and saying that because so many people think of Ray as the spot up shooter. But in Milwaukee, Ray was far more than that. He was the guy who was going to get buckets, creating offense for himself and creating offense for other people. Because if you, like I said, if you look at the assist numbers, you see he was creating for other people as well.
Oh,
And we're talking about we're
his
talking about
3.8 assists, his 3.9 assists. Whoa. Kobe, who's a bad playmaker, averaged 5 assists, but whatever.
well,
C-
the
Continue on.
the
His usage rating and all this other stuff.
the season that I pointed out initially, the 2000-2001 season, he averaged 4.6
So
assists.
now we're down to one season.
No. I said the season that I pointed out initially, which
So he was a good
the one,
playmaker for one season.
no 4.6 assists, 3.8 assists, 3.9 assists is a better than respectable number for a shooting
Sure,
guard.
it's Kobe's career numbers basically.
For a shooting guard, it's a better more respectable number than that. And a lot of why I pick Ray Allen also has to do
By the way, Kobe averaged 6 assists during this period, 7 in 1 year.
during which period.
During these peak years you're talking about, Kobe averaged during Ray Allen's peak years. Kobe
Kobe averaged Kobe never averaged 7 assists a game.
No. He averaged 6 assists, and he averaged 5.9,
So you said 7. So now who's
5.5.
making things up? You said 7. Who's making things up?
Sorry, I was probably looking at one of his playoff years
Yeah,
there.
you was.
That's my bad.
This is not 2K. The numbers
Dude,
are
you holding on to nothing, man.
there. I mean,
Kobe averaged more assists than Ray Allen basically every year that you can compare them. I think every single year that you can compare them, he averaged more assists. But again, you also
again,
have things like loose usage rate that
usage
you can go
rating,
into.
which is very
Why
important.
why do you use Kobe more than Ray Allen? Because he's a better player. He'll get you
No,
more
you
points.
use Kobe more than Ray Allen because Kobe's not gonna pass.
How's he not going to pass? He averaged more assists than Ray Allen.
We all know how that works. We all know how that works.
I
We all
mean,
know how that works. We all know
during
how flat looking at assist numbers is only going to show you so much.
there's a lot of flat numbers you can look at that only show you so much, but I still haven't seen a case as to why you think that pairing Ray Allen with Shaquille O'Neal gave you a better chance against the San Antonio Spurs and the Sacramento Kings and the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers than pairing prime Kobe Bryant in that situation. By the way, the argument could be made very easily that prime Kobe Bryant didn't even play with Shaquille O'Neal, that he became an overall better player after Shaq left. But
I
you
would
know,
I would I
it's
would
neither here
say
nor there.
I would say prime Kobe Bryant is 0102 is when his prime started. That was their last championship together. To me, that's when he was that guy like that. I mean, the year before that was pretty amazing too, 28.5 points a game. But that next year, when you look at overall, especially the way he played in the postseason, I think that was really when you started to see him take. Because if you look at what Kobe did in that first finals against the Pacers, which this doesn't have anything to do with the argument, but Kobe was a regular dude. I mean, I wouldn't say a regular dude. He averaged 15 a game in the finals against the Pacers. 15 a game. Like Reggie Miller smoked him in that finals
Isn't
based
that isn't that the one where he got hurt? He twisted his ankle early on. Jalen Rose undercut him.
Jalen Rose undercut him. I don't think that
Game one of that series,
was that
or
I
was
was
it game two?
I don't know if that was a postseason game when Jalen Rose put the foot under his ankle. See,
One
here's
one
the,
nine
here's
eight
the
nine
thing.
says, "How are you in your prime at
Okay,
22?"
okay.
According to
Let,
Brian,
let's
Ray
keep
Allen's
let's
prime is a
let's keep
different
it with
area.
let's keep it with the people on the show. Okay. Okay. Here's the
Oh,
thing.
we ain't allowed to talk to the chat now. We
Yeah,
don't. We're not a live show for a reason.
yeah, we are a live show, but what I'm saying is prime is a person's prime does not always align exactly the same. A person can hit their prime for different reasons. If you look up at if you look at several players across their careers, there will be I'll give you one right now. Look at Spencer Haywood.
Oh
Spencer
my
Haywood.
goodness.
Spencer Haywood. What do you mean? What did he not exist? Is he a dead man?
You comparing guards to bigs now? Like,
No. This is what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Look at Spencer Haywood, and you look at his numbers across the board, and you tell me which one of his seasons was his best season. All right, his rookie season by far is his best season. There's several other players whose best years happened at different.
what superstar?
Kevin Johnson's best season, you could make a strong argument his best season was when he was 30 years old. He wasn't
Okay,
anywhere near
but
as fast as he was in his mid 20s.
that's in
Right?
line with what I was saying. Is that the
But what
the
my
all-star level
that's
prime is
but
generally between 24 and about 32.
that's one guy. That's one guy here, and 8 years is a really big range, bro.
Yeah,
I mean
that's
that you
that's
can.
why Kobe's in so many all-star games.
I mean, that's you can. I mean, if that's the case, you can never be wrong. 24 to 32. What I'm saying is, it's different for every player. Every player does not have a prime in the same exact time period. And just because a guy had it when he was technically in his prime, had his best season when he was 23, that's not preposterous. That's not preposterous at all. There are several people who have had their best season at a time period or at an age where you'd be like, wow, I can't. But that's why people say, man, he's having his best season of his
Well,
career.
what I
He's
would
blah, blah,
say
blah age.
is that the reason Ray Allen had some few nagging injuries, nothing like incredible, but some things that caused him to miss some games. But the overwhelming thing was, I think in Seattle, they just didn't have a perfect system for him and Rashard Lewis, for him to peak the way he did in Milwaukee when George Karl was trying to see what he had. And George Karl, who by the way called him a Barbie doll, who was a princess in practice, but great teammate and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna just say I
You want
haven't
to talk
seen.
about all the names Kobe's been called?
I'm gonna say I haven't seen any evidence that Ray Allen is better than Kobe Bryant or peak Ray Allen was better than peak Kobe Bryant. The wins don't say that. The the scoring doesn't say that. The NBA players who talk about those two players don't say that. Like literally, I have not seen any NBA players say what you're saying
I
about
haven't.
Ray Allen versus
I don't
Kobe.
know that. I think this was a pretty, you know, original conversation. So I don't know that we can use
Well, it's
that.
it's
Eh,
original because it's nonsense, and you
Well,
don't hear
you know,
nonsense of
well,
this level every day.
well, I think we do because it comes from the dude in New York. But anyway, this is what I'm saying.
Now he laughing at his own jokes. This is
But,
sad, guys.
well,
I'm sorry for this. Like
you know,
this is
you know
normally
why?
I try to give you guys great information, and I would love to have given you guys a fantastic debate. But
Yeah.
he's speaking nonsense. He's taking
Well,
Ray Allen's
here's the thing. Here's
Milwaukee years. He's
the thing.
excluding Seattle Ray Allen entirely. That guy's too washed up to compare to Kobe.
Yeah, well,
We talking about losing to Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, the scary one.
yeah, that's the scary
I'm
one.
sorry, guys. I'm
Did you?
so sorry
Wait a minute.
that
Oh wait, are you laughing at your own jokes?
I'm laughing at your
Okay,
jokes.
okay, okay. I didn't
I'm
know.
laughing
I
at
didn't
your
know. I
argument,
didn't
which
know.
is a joke.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought
Your
you
argument was a joke,
you might be
and
hating, you
I
might be
find it
hating
funny.
baby over there. You might be hating baby over there. Hi,
And
hi, hi, hi. I don't know. I don't know
I'm
what's going on.
sorry. I'm sorry
I don't know.
to our audience for what's
I don't.
happening right now.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna make a better case than that. It wasn't
Well,
a very good
well,
case. Like 22
thing.
points a game that's crazy.
Here's the
Like,
thing. Here's the
is
thing.
Malcolm Brogdon also better than Kobe Bryant because he was more efficient? Come on, man.
No, no.
Ah, By Disney said I'm laughing at
Didn't
Nelson's
say
joke.
that.
Thank you,
Didn't say
By
that.
Disney. I appreciate. Listen, we
Listen,
got everybody still in the chat here. I'm glad you guys rocked with us and stuck with us throughout this. This was a low moment in our programming
yeah,
so far.
it was. It was because you demonstrated your inability to have a conversation.
If anybody in this chat would take Ray Allen over Kobe Bryant, please put a one in the chat. If you wouldn't, just type nothing and just let it rock.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ask y'all to write nothing, but
Well, I appreciate that, and I
in
appreciate you.
fact, write at 81.
I appre-
Write at
I
81
appreciate
in
you
the chat if you
I
take
appreciate
Kobe
you
over Ray
trying
Allen.
to increase our audience engagement. That contribution is very much appreciated. It's very much appreciated. That's awesome. Let's look at them. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Look
we
at
got some 81s. Let's
I
go.
knew we
Oh,
do. I
oh
knew
my
we would.
God, it's
I
rolling.
knew we would. I knew we
It's
would. I
rolling.
know we would. I know we would. I know we would.
Oh, what I did, I said Ray Allen would take Ray Allen over Kobe. I'm inclined to agree with you. I actually genuinely don't think Ray Allen thought he was better than Kobe Bryant. And the
Yeah.
funny thing about the Ray Allen discussion is Ray Allen has played with such great teammates. Like he's had his opportunities. He's not like Tracy McGrady who only had an injured Yao Ming and never really, had a lot of injuries. Ray Allen played a lot of games with a lot of good players. If you had put Kobe Bryant on that Boston team with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen was playing with Pau Gasol, good lord,
Oh, they
good,
would have lost.
good lord.
Like Kobe and them lost to the first time. Oh, you right. My bad. They did lose to Ray Allen, but that's not even my argument. But since you want to go outside the parameters because you can't control
And
yourself, it's
Kevin
okay.
Garnett and Paul Pierce, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. I forgot. See, can you see? It's like sometimes the circle is here, right? But you go here.
I love that I'm still seeing 81s in the chat.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll put one too. I'll put one too. Since does that make you feel better?
Don't be fraudulent. Stick to your argument, man. Stick to your argument.
That make you feel better?
Stick to your guns, sir.
I
What I'm really glad is I'm glad the entire At Me Bro audience, At Me Bro Show audience, has heard your full argument that Ray Allen's prime was from 99 to 02. Seattle Ray Allen don't count.
right, because I'm not
And
talking about that.
excuse me, I'm just talking to my audience here.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you know what? You are right.
glad.
You are
I'm
so right.
glad that you guys got to hear
But
the entirety of
noticed?
his feelings.
You know what I noticed? You know what I noticed? I noticed that live chat and after the video is published, the comments are a lot different than live chat. I wonder why.
Because you don't have time to get your cousins to back you up.
I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is.
Kobe broke up the big three.
I wonder why that is. Examine that. Examine that. Riddle me that. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
don't.
You don't like hip hop. I forgot. My bad. But
I mean, that's from a 1960s Batman show, but whatever.
okay,
That's all good.
no, that's not. That's it's a Jay-Z reference, but it's
To a Batman show.
yes, but it's my enunciation of it was Jay-Z, so it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, I don't actually need. See, this is the thing. When you are Brian Mazique, you don't need nobody else to say 81.
Oh no, the third person. What's the next subject, guys? We speaking in the
You don't
third
need
person
nobody.
right now.
Right. You don't need nobody to say 81.
We speaking in the
You
third
know, yeah,
person. Oh my God.
it's gonna
Let me
be
ask
what
you
it is.
something. What was Ray Allen's best performance in the playoffs as a lead player?
As a lead player. What's
Yeah,
that
as a
definition?
number one option on his team, as the first option or second option. What was his best performance as the
In the
number two guy?
in the postseason?
Yeah.
I have to look that up. I didn't.
Oh.
It wasn't in what I was.
So in comparing Ray Allen to Kobe Bryant, you were just looking at the regular season.
I said I would take prime Ray Allen, which was those years,
Regular
and
season.
yes, that
Okay.
was that.
I'm just let the chat
No,
absorb
it
that.
wasn't. No, I didn't say I was just looking at regulars. You said that. You said
I asked you about
you
the
said.
playoffs, and you hadn't even
So
you don't even have it on
the
deck.
best, I would say 2000, 2001 is his best postseason. He was freaking fantastic when they went to the conference
And
finals.
you think that was better than Kobe's best postseason?
Not statistically, no, it's not statistically better. But as I said, part of the reason of me taking Ray Allen over Kobe Bryant is not solely about the numbers, not
Oh,
solely about the
it's
numbers.
solely because
So
you
no,
possessed by a demon that
it's
makes you say crazy things.
I see. You know what has to happen.
It's solely because you have a virus.
No, yeah, yeah, I do. I do. I do. It's the Blake itch.
Ugh, that don't sound right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
put a big pause on that for the people
yeah.
at home.
You should. You should. You should put a pause on some other stuff too, but you keep going. So it's just what it is. But
He's
the
just from
the,
81.
the best,
Uh,
as I said, the best season for Kobe is 2000, 2001. And I mean, for Ray Allen in the postseason. So it was a fantastic season. There are different types of players, which is part of why I would take Ray Allen over Kobe, prime Ray Allen over Kobe. They're different types of players. And I think perhaps Ray Allen and Shaq don't break up because they're different types of players, different types of personalities. It's it's all of that, as I said, rolls into this entire concept. Ray Allen, for my taste, and for what I think would be the most successful player playing, especially playing with that Lakers team, I take him every day. Take him every day. I personally find Kobe Bryant to be one of the more overrated players in NBA history. Still a great player, still a probably top 10 player all time. But I think there's a lot of Kobe Bryant sins that are forgiven because he's Kobe.
I think there's a lot of sins that are forgiven because he won 5 championships and
Well, he won
went to the
three, but the
final.
biggest, baddest dude in the world on his side. So I mean, I totally give Kobe his credit for being Robin to the Batman. But
No,
I'm not going
if,
to. I'm
once
not going
again,
to
we're
throw that
making
away.
Batman references.
I'm
If you
not
know
going to throw
anything
that
about
away.
Batman and Robin,
I'm not going to throw
uh,
that away. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to minimize Shaq. I'm not. I'm not going to
who
minimize.
said anything about minimizing Shaq?
Yeah, I'm not going to minimize Shaq. And
Nobody's minimizing Shaq. But when a guy averages 30 some odd points per game, I think he deserves credit
and
as
he does get credit.
a primary reason for winning a championship.
And he does get credit, and he is and I agree that Shaq needed to have someone along those lines with him. He did. Did he have to have Kobe? Is playing the way Kobe played? No, he didn't. He didn't.
Well,
You
Prime
if
Shaq only won with Kobe.
what?
Prime Shaq only won with Kobe.
Okay, so you're saying okay because they shared a prime, basically.
Well,
Or well, no, his prime was Shaq's prime ran into the beginning of Kobe's prime. But Shaq Shaq would have won a championship with Penny had he not left Orlando.
hmm.
He would have won a
I
championship.
mean, you can say that. That doesn't make it
Right.
true.
Right. I can say that exactly. And just like you can say all of these things about Ray Allen and Kobe, but it doesn't make any of it true.
I mean, Kobe has 5 championships.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is true. That,
According to your logic, Ray Allen only has one.
where is that at?
Because you be trying to shadow box Kobe's 3 championships with Shaq. He averaged like 27 points per game next to Shaquille O'Neal.
I don't.
Uh,
Why
Ray
did that mean Ray Allen?
Ray Allen just hit a clutch shot coming off the bench for LeBron James, and
No,
he gets all the credit for his ring.
no, he don't get out. I never mentioned Ray Allen's rings one time.
Of course not, because you ain't trying to talk about playoff
No,
Ray Allen.
no, I never mentioned
You
his ring.
talk about regular season Ray, this new
I'm talking.
character that you just made up.
I'm talking about 27 points, 47% from the field, 47% from 3-point range, over 18 postseason games in 2000, 2001. You asked me what was his best postseason performance? That was it.
Yeah, which you looked up after the fact because you were talking
Because it
about
wasn't
regular
a part
season
of my
Ray.
it wasn't a part of my original
Right,
concept.
right. Because you were
Because I
comparing.
wasn't
You
looking
were
at
saying
I wasn't
you'd
pulling
rather have
playoff
regular
stats.
season Ray than
No,
playoff Kobe.
no,
Because the reason
no.
playoff
You
Kobe's a
couldn't
thing
no.
is
See,
because Kobe's a better player than Ray. He's more consistent. He gets to the
how about
postseason more.
if the argument was that weak, you don't have to add things to it that weren't there.
Regular Ray versus Black Mamba.
Right?
Yo, regular Ray in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love
I,
regular Ray in the chat. We got regular Ray, Diamond Galaxy Opal regular Ray versus
yes,
actual Kobe Bryant that we have evidence for. Next topic. What's the next
that
topic?
yeah. You know what?
I think the people have heard
No,
all aspects of your case.
no, no. Well, you know what? They have.
Ray Allen was a worse
They've heard it.
offensive and defensive player.
They've heard it. And they've
He
heard it in
had less
parts.
assists,
They've
less
heard it in parts.
points, and less
You know what?
responsibility, less wins.
I think that we should go
He's
to another.
shorter. He was less athletic, but I'll take him over Kobe because he was more efficient.
Are you done? Are you done?
I hope you're done.
Because you at the lunchroom table beating on the box like this. Because that's what you do. That's what you're doing.
22 points, Ray.
You ready
I'm
for?
I'm just enjoying our highly educated audience.
You wait for somebody to come out the back and say that you spitting super high fire. That's what you wait on.
The chat's already doing that. I don't gotta wait.
They hold
the chat's all over it.
Now, you might as well you got the glasses on. You might as well just fall back like my man.
Oh,
might as well
chat is all over it.
You're spitting super high fire. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. They already told you got the best rhymes. Your freestyle, you hi. You did it.
What else you got, B?
What else you got? That's it.
I'm gonna let the audience decide on regular season Ray versus the actual Black Mamba. Y'all do y'all thing.
Here's the thing. They can decide whatever they want, but it doesn't change. Like I said, this is how I take it.
I know you gonna be crazy no matter what.
Yeah, right.
You're a stubborn guy.
That's right. No, it's not stubborn. It's just I believe what I believe.
What's the next topic?
I believe the next topic happens when I say it happens.
Sorry. Oh wait. What is it? What is it? What's the next topic?
So when I do that, then we go. Okay.
The audience is scouting you, Brian, getting defensive. Y'all see him in the defensive stance.
When I do that,
Brian slapping the ground like KG right now.
Yeah. No. When I slap, then we'll go. Okay. No. On 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we go.